Right, are we recording right now?
We are, so we gotta come up with an intro. Who wants to do the intro? Carter hasn't done one once.
Hey, it has been a while.
I think the first one he did was
He's summoning his third eye.
Third Eye Blind.
Welcome, all, to the ever-expanding podcast of the Extraordinary Gentleman. Today we have with us Zachary,
Hi, everyone.
as normal.
Yeah, normal.
We also have Dylan.
Good evening.
We have the most wonderful special guest, Sebastian.
Salutations.
Oh, man. Doesn't he sound good when
Just
he talks?
so sultry.
Yeah.
It's just the sultry voice.
Mm-hmm. What other adjectives can you use to describe voices? Good voices.
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Made it up?
It's a big
It
word.
sounds pretty good.
Well, it's been a while.
Has it, though? What if the listener is listening back to back, right? And it's only been
we've had
5 seconds.
No, we've had at least one episode in between the Bourbon Trials. No, 2, because we had the camping.
Uh-huh.
Then Carter and I, when absence of Zach, we did our allocated whiskey.
Yep. Okay.
And
well, maybe they jumped around. We're like, oh, they're already at part 1, so they're gonna part 1 and part 2, and now they're gonna jump to part 3 and part 4. You know?
Yep, exactly.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Wow. So Nick was the guest during the part 1, part 2.
Mm-hmm. Nick's
not even in
gone
the country
from us.
right
Yeah,
now.
He has left us in the mortal realm of America.
He's dead.
He's in a territory.
He's in a territory
of America.
Of America. Or also, as President Trump described, you know, what did he say that one time? He's like he's working in direct, he's in direct communication with the president of Puerto Rico.
Oh,
really? And you know, I get that. You know, I feel that.
I feel that
because I am in direct communication with the son of my mother and my father. You know.
Yes.
Or as that one there's a YouTube video a long time ago. He introduced himself as his mother's father's brother's grandson-in-law or something, which would be himself.
Oh, that's great.
And I am my own grandpa.
You went back in time?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Well, so now that we have Sebastian, which I don't think we said his name yet.
Yes, we did.
Sebastian is our guest for this episode and the next episode.
I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. So have you had much exposure to bourbon or any whiskey for that matter?
I have, but probably not as in depth as I would like my exposure and my knowledge to be.
Interesting.
Are there any other spirits, liqueurs, or wines and such that you do have an affinity towards?
Yukon Jack.
As far as exposure is concerned, not that type of exposure.
Exposing myself.
Well, I do find myself to be partial to certain wines, darker wines, but also I do like me a little bit of rye.
Like rye whiskey. Yeah.
Rye whiskey.
I thought,
just straight rye.
Well, honestly, I was thinking,
Rye
like, what
bread.
is there like a rye beer, you know, or a rye other liquors that
Yeah, there is.
where rye is the like
there?
Yeah.
is like
I've had rye
upwards
beer
of
before.
70% of the main component.
What is that like, rye beer?
It's weird. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So, Sebastian, of the exposure that you've had, what are your favorites as far as the main categories of whiskey, like Scotch, Irish whiskey, bourbon, or Canadian? Do you have any favorites that stick out to you?
I would say that I really enjoy certain scotches, particularly some of the Highlands. Although I do like a little bit of the smokiness
He's
sometimes.
not a smoky boy.
Yeah, just a little
Sometimes.
smoky.
Special
Not quite
occasions.
campfire.
Yep.
That's good. It's
Like
a
a-
man after my own heart.
Yep.
Lefroy boy.
The Freud boy.
So,
We should get a T-shirt with that on it.
Freud
Lefroy boy. That sounds great.
so I think we had our favorites from the first recording of the Bourbon Trials.
Yep.
The winners, or our favorites, finishing up that were the Eagle Rare Single Barrel. So we're going to give that a try before we start the 100 or above 100 proof whiskeys. We're going to recap with our favorites from the last episode. So I'll go and pour that for us.
I just want to say as a reminder, if you are upset that you can't find the Eagle Rare Select,
You can't
Single
find it
barrel.
anywhere, so don't try.
right? Well, I was just gonna say that we didn't think it was like that much better. Now it's time for a cork pop. Yeah, it's been opened like not super recently, but it was a little shallow of a pop. So yeah, if you can find the regular Eagle Rare, it's pretty much just as good as this. It's almost there, but not quite.
Oh, excuse me. I sneezed slightly. I held the sneeze. Smelly.
Smashing.
The aromas are tantalizing.
Liza, smashing.
Yep. So Dylan is doing the controversial one-handed pour, and we are in a carpeted room. By the time we're done with seasons worth of podcasts, this room is gonna
be
it's gonna have a
disgusting.
scent of deliciousness.
It's gonna smell.
Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, did you just clean your hardwood floors?"
Nope.
No.
As a matter of fact,
of
this was carpet before it was hardwood.
yeah. All right, giving it another review real quick. Kind of floral, I guess to me.
I get apple.
I get lots of brown sugar. Specifically brown sugar. Yeah, I can't. Oh yeah. Okay, there's the apple. Yep. Oh yeah, like the meat of. I remember us talking about the meat of the apple. It wasn't skin. It wasn't. It was like that fleshiness. The flesh flavor is in the smell.
Oh, that's a winner.
My fleshiness.
It's shallow, like a shallower taste than I remember. Like it's.
What do
For
you mean
being-
shallow? Like
It's not. It's
short?
not. It's not as. Yeah, sure. It's not as full bodied.
Okay.
It has a nice finish, but right when I put it in my mouth, I didn't. Maybe it's my palate, something's wrong. But right when I put it in my mouth, I didn't taste much.
For being $30, this is pretty bomb.
Oh, this is amazing. I mean, this is the mash bill 2, 1. Oh, excuse me, 1.
Mash bill 1.
Single barrel. So, you know, it's going to be unique compared to other single barrel store picks of Eagle Rare, but it's, you know, there's a reason why Buffalo Trace is one of the hottest distilleries right now, as we can taste.
Ooh, that's hot.
So, Sebastian, what do you think? Any off the nose, off the taste, things that are sticking out when you compare it to anything you've had before, or?
I'm really digging the sweet aroma that it's got.
I love the smell. Actually, the flavor. The flavor is not what I remember it being. It's still good. It's good.
It's
really good. But it's
so
not as good as
short.
I remember. But the smell is better than what I remember.
Well, you did just finish a 100 proof almost taste prior to this.
I did. Yeah, I did go down in proof.
Well, this is a 45% ABV, FYI. So it is a little bit lighter on the content. But,
Unlike everything else
yeah,
we
yeah.
have here.
Well,
This
as,
is the
as
lowest.
denoted by the party. This is the lowest we're going.
This
here.
is the lowest we get. Everything is up from here. So, but yeah, no, this is a good one. Oh, you know what we forgot is we should have got a infinity glass.
Oh, we should have, but we can still start.
I got that Yeti that's empty, I think.
But is it like dusty or has it just been sitting
No,
there?
it's from yesterday and I was cleaning up here. So I
Okay.
wouldn't drink from it if I wasn't myself. But
Yeah.
we could do that.
All right. You want to? We can pour some in there right now, I suppose. Or what? When you get up to pour the next one, you can pour a little bit into there.
I'll just bring it around. You can dump it.
All right.
That's if
you
they're
want.
I already
dump
finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian, don't worry about.
Yep, so we're gonna
have to finish it.
So the concept of the infinity glass, are you aware?
I'm not.
No. So there's infinity bottles where people will make custom blends of their possessed whiskey, you know. So if you have like, oh, this has this nice flavor and this has this nice flavor, I think those flavors would be good together. Then they take, you know, quarters or halves of bottles and put them into one. Or even more so, you can get 10 different whiskeys. You're like, oh, these are all good. Let's see if it makes something great. Then you have a 10 blended infinity bottle, and you just keep pouring remnants of what you had before into it. So the bottle will never go empty because you're always putting something in it. The glass is just a smaller concept. We usually do an infinity glass where we just trust that, you know, none of us are too many bacteria in our mouth.
Ride together, we die together.
You ride together, die together. You put your unfinished whiskey in the glass. You don't have to drink at the end because honestly, there's been a couple times where one whiskey,
appalling.
Yeah, it's appalling, but it's because like there's one whiskey like we didn't like got poured too much.
Yeah, and it was really gross.
Into it, and then it's like it ruins the whole profile.
So all right.
Let's get it, boys.
Well, that's a winner.
That's a winner. Next one I think is my favorite, from my definite favorite, like right now currently, and from the last podcast.
So I did just crack this open last night. My own personal. Man, it's good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
This is Colonel E.H. Taylor. Is it a junior or is it just Colonel E.H. Taylor?
No, it's Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr.
Yeah, Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. Small batch. Love it. I don't got no more to pour in there.
That was too good to not.
This is my favorite scented and favorite flavored bourbon as of the moment. Mainly because I've only tried... Sorry, cork pop. It was just open yesterday, so... I've tried a lot of whiskeys now, as I hadn't from the beginning, but now we have had a lot. This is like my favorite.
Yeah, I've had a lot of whiskey, especially starting to do this, and it's good.
Oh, this is the best scent because I get it smells so caramely. I love the caramel.
Caramel.
It's like if you could coat a rose in caramel, that's what this is to me.
It's like a caramel apple, but you put like the essence of rose on it.
Yep. Love it so much.
Yeah, it's like a candied.
Yeah. It's
Somebody say candy apple.
He said caramel apple.
Oh yeah, like a candy apple or something. Yeah, exactly.
So gentle.
This is this is was one of the bottled and bond lines that we did on our previous episodes, Sebastian. So I don't know if you're familiar with any of the bottled and bond regulation.
I'm not, no.
So essentially the short story is it's a law that was passed in 1897 by the U.S. government, and it's only a U.S. thing, where at the time there was a lot of fraud going on with whiskey being sold to consumers or bars or anything, where there were, like congeners, just random things, chemicals and stuff in there to essentially make a new make where it's unaged, tastes like a product that was aged. So they released this law saying essentially it has to be a minimum of 4 years old, exactly 100 proof, made in the same season by the same master distiller at the same distillery. So if you made this essentially and it aged for 3 years and the head distiller quit or moved or something, you couldn't sell it as a bottle and bond on the 4th year because the head distiller was gone.
Really?
If I'm correct in saying that, which I think I am. But
you might as well just sell it.
Yeah, so basically it's just a law, a bunch of regulations.
Just
You
protecting
gotta
everybody.
fulfill all the criteria to make it that label.
yep. You can have it over 4 years old.
Yeah.
4 years is the minimum.
Yeah. So when you get something that's bottled and bonded, you just know it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, unless the head distiller is a literal idiot, But
What that clear
but, like,
making that
it's gonna be
barrel
it's gonna be at this level of something
right.
that you might enjoy.
So
Yeah.
So let's see.
When you said conjurer, I thought you said conjurer for a second. And I'm like, why did you conjure up a potion with the eye of a newt to make yourself 1 ounce less pathetic than you truly are?
This is so sweet on the taste. It actually tastes like the nose.
Yeah.
It's one of those that is a direct match for the nose to the palate.
My mother, she drinks a sip of wine sometimes if she feels like it, but she doesn't drink. But she uses lots of alcohol in like desserts. But
It bakes off.
Yep, exactly. So she doesn't drink. And I'm like, hey mom, you want to try, or you want like just smell this? I'm like, just tell me what this smells like. I know I've done this to her before. I did it with the Far North Spirits, Minnesota Rye, and she's like, this smells like antiseptic.
Really?
Yep.
I thought the nose on that was amazing.
And so she doesn't like it when I ask her that now. I'm like, hey mom, smell this, or try it. You know?
Yeah.
And so then I handed her this one, and she's like, oh. And she's like, oh, I can see why you might like this. And I'm like, that it passes the mom test, that if you're someone that doesn't even drink or like alcohol really that much, this smells good. This smells really good. Drink it again.
Sebastian and I heard a noise. And we're both looking at each other, like trying to figure out what that was.
I think it was one of our phones.
It was me. I'm in the middle of doing a fantasy draft.
Okay.
Sinner.
So what do you think? What do you guys think?
Still my favorite. Yep, nice cinnamon.
This is definitely it's a clear decision on why we picked this as one of our favorites from the last episodes. So, it's a classic, and there's a reason why it's very hard to find, and when you do find it, it's upwards of $70.
Yeah.
MSR retail pricing on this is $35. A lot of people will sell it retail stores upwards of $60, $70 or more.
Yeah.
So
I can see why it has almost a delicate but sweet taste to it, and I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So E.H. Taylor was one of the people that pushed the Bottle and Bond Act, so that's why it's named after him. It's one of the lines of Buffalo Trace Distillery. Same as the Eagle Rare.
Yep, same mash bill too.
Same mash bill.
Which is crazy because I like this way more than the Eagle Rare. I like the Eagle Rare.
Yeah, so think about that, Sebastian.
Yep.
The recipes are the same as the last one you just tried.
Really?
And it's only a 5% alcohol difference. So let that settle in. That's how much difference you can have between placement in barrel storage houses.
Oh, it's so oily.
That is insane.
And what you pour it into the barrel at what proof. I'm sure
that's another factor. Yeah. Yes, that is completely true. It's not always the same alcohol content going in throughout all the recipes. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can play around with when it comes to whiskey and stuff. That's not, doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is.
So now should we start our actual
episode,
higher-ish proof stuff?
Repeat the music and just go through again.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to the Extraordinary Gentleman Podcast. Today
I want to finish this, but I pour myself a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do my little one final sip.
Another infinity glass with you.
Yeah. Should we just give you the glasses maybe, and so you can pour them on the table? Because I am just worried that it's gonna spill on the carpet, or we're gonna get heavy pours of stuff that we're not gonna drink all of it.
That's fine.
So I would.
Nope.
We're good with that.
Well. Yours is empty.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Number 1, we have Woodford Reserve.
No.
Sorry. Oh, no, it's different. Yeah, we put it. This is what. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This is super, super good. Love this stuff. Rare bottle. Super hard to find. Wild Turkey 101. This is just.
Meh.
I use this to mix cocktails, and that's it.
Pop.
Ooh, that sounds like you're, you got a half a canteen, you pull it out, and if you're in a dramatic TV show, and they want to emphasize that you're pulling out a canteen, that's the sound they use. Swoosh, whoosh,
a real moist pop on that one.
Yeah, that's good. I don't even want to drink this, to be honest, but I will for the review. And I'm not saying this is not bad. This is actually a perfectly fine. This is a great value whiskey because I get this at Sam's Club, a 1.75 liter.
$15.
It was 20. Yeah, it was $19.99. But still, it's ridiculous, and it's high proof. So if you just want to get lit,
so the proofing on this is 101. So 50.5.
Yeah.
The pricing on it, I gotta get from Total, but this is the staple, core line of Wild Turkey.
It's very wild.
It's so wild.
Oh, why is it? I get a grassy note on it. for some reason.
Yeah, I guess this. I get like the tall grass. If you're ever at like the middle of a farm field, or maybe if you're more a distinguished person, like you're at like a golf course and you hit your ball into the out of bounds area, and you're like trudging through like just lots of unsaturated dirt. And you
tastes more like it's more like a hay.
It's not. It's not.
It's like a wet hay.
Yeah, like a wet hay, because it's not dry enough of a scent to be hay, but it's
shrubbery.
Yeah, shrubbery. I desire
A
shrubbery.
Yeah, so the price on this is $20.
And a nice one too.
So
No
I mean,
offense around it.
It's a $20, sipping mix, do whatever.
I use this for mainly Kentucky mules because I love ginger beer too.
It's a good taste.
Yeah, it's good.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Actually, it is more.
Not my favorite. It's very earthy. It's kind of gross.
It's sweeter than I guess I can remember, but it's not that bad.
It is sweet with the earthy taste. Carter's right on that. Yeah, I mean, I bought it because I thought it would. I was testing the grounds with maybe replacing the Evan Williams bottle and bond with it, but I don't know. It's not. It might not be my thing. The regular 101. So
I don't know. That Evan Williams bottle and bond is a pretty good cocktail mixer too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I guess I like this. I don't like the Evan Williams bottle and bond that much, so I'm gonna. This is my winner of the two.
Traitor.
Yeah, right. And I'm also a Heaven Hill guy because like I love the Henry McKenna. That is delicious.
So what do you think, Sebastian? Have you had Wild Turkey 101 before? I know it's hard to find, but
I can easily say I have not had Wild Turkey 101 before.
Well, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
So, I mean, looking at these, can you tell us if you have had one of those? They're all pretty unique.
Let's see, I've had. Is that Knob Creek over there?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's special.
I don't think I've had that.
So you probably had
at
a small
Knob Creek
batch.
before. Yeah.
The normal Knob Creek.
And then.
What if I told you those were better than normal Knob Creek?
What if I told you better is relative and personal flavor?
No. Lies, higher proof equals better.
The Jedi. The higher the alcohol
All right,
content, the better they are. I'm kind of done with this.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm good.
Anything to say on? I mean, it's actually ironic that the next one in line is Russell's Reserve because that is a Wild Turkey product,
Right.
and I think it is better.
One single barrel,
Significantly.
too. I'm sure Wild
True.
101 is not.
Yep.
I guess I don't know.
Let's quit talking about it and start drinking.
Yeah. Can you pour my sip out for me? Once you pour your sip out.
I'll pour your sip out for you, honey.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
Sugar.
Baby.
I'm good.
He's polished off everything we've had so far.
I'm a drunk.
I'm a drunk.
anything.
I'm a big boy.
Yep.
I'm a big boy. I go to big boy.
Cork pop.
That was nice and gentle.
Squeak.
A squeak.
Too much. I can't.
he's muttering about the draft.
I am, dude. I am muttering about the draft. I want to pick up Tom Brady because since now he's traded to Tampa Bay, I want to see him absolutely fall apart.
Yeah.
Just no one's going to touch him this year.
So this is Russell's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Single barreled, non-chill filtered. Alcohol content is 55%. So we jumped
Dropped a little bit.
4.5% or something like that. So
That's a nice.
This is so much better than Wild Turkey 101.
So the Russells are essentially the main family on the Wild Turkey distillery. They kind of have a few generations lining up of distilling history. So that they're the head distillers. So this is essentially named after the family, but it's still a Wild Turkey product.
Yep.
So off the nose, it's sweet.
Yep.
All I'm getting is
it's the
sweet.
same sweetness as a Wild Turkey. I get.
I'm not getting any like earthy notes or anything.
It's a little more
At least off the
muted
nose.
for me.
Muted?
Yeah. Not quite
It's a little
as
bit
sweet.
muted. I did pour less. That could be it. So
no, I think it's. I understand what he means by like it's a little bit. It's not as like. It's not bright
okay.
like the Wild Turkey was, but it is still. It's got more flavor than I think the Wild Turkey did, but it's a lot nicer to the palate. Like it doesn't feel like it kind of kicks you in the face.
It's more subtle.
Yeah.
So this is pricing on this $64. All right, I'll have to taste. There's no earthy note.
Mm-mm.
It's sweeter.
It's super, I guess,
Kind
smooth for how high proof it is.
It's vanilla.
Yeah.
Very,
Vanilla.
Yes.
Boom. That's
Yep.
it.
Yes.
very long. Like it's a long lasting vanilla aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
That's all I get from it, I guess. Yeah.
I don't get much else. I mean, there's none of the earthiness from it. There's none of the.
Yeah. But, like,
yeah.
I guess if you could draw a diagram, you know how different flavors activate different portions of the taste buds in your mouth, right? And so different areas are always attributed to the same flavors.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a stripe right down the middle of my tongue. I don't get any edges of the tongue. There's no activation of flavor there. It's right down the center, the sweet and the savory. You know, love it. It's really good.
This is good. I mean, this is one of those. It's above a mid range, but it's still like a it's a fancy bottle.
Yeah, it's gentle.
It's gentle, something that you can crack open and it's gonna be enjoyed by everyone.
You could sip on it and you wouldn't want.
Oh
to
yeah,
like,
no, it's.
You'd be like it's just gross.
Well, that's the thing is like you pull this up.
It also it looks
People are like, oh yeah, that looks nice. It looks
looks
fancy.
nice.
You pull a Wild Turkey 101.
They're like, I see that on the shelves at Sam's Club.
Right. So there is some of that aesthetic. Yeah, no, I like it. It's good.
It's very good.
Not much else to say, but did you guys ever had the Wild Turkey Longhorn, the long branch?
Nope.
No.
It's what actor has? There's the actor that oh crap, I can't think of him. Who did well, it's all right.
Oh,
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey.
Partnered with Wild Turkey.
Well, something like that.
Wild Turkey in Lincoln. He's probably driving a Lincoln in Wyoming, drinking a Wild Turkey.
He's like, all right. I'm about to go put myself around a telephone pole.
Yep. Wrap myself around an old oak tree.
But it's essentially, it's called Long Branch. I think it's 43% alcohol. It's, I think, filtered through some type of wood. I forget, like mesquite or something. I think it's mesquite wood. So they don't use regular charcoal, like oak charcoal, but they use mesquite.
That's interesting.
Yep. I have a personal bias against mesquite because I got in an argument with someone about the difference between barbecue and mesquite barbecue because there is none. So now I don't believe that mesquite is even a real word. It doesn't change any describing factor. Only because of barbecue chips. I'm sure that it is.
Barbecue chips because
I'm sure it is, but
it's not
because
of
of
barbecue. It's because of barbecue
chips. Yeah.
Mesquite.
All right.
Next one.
Any thoughts? Final thoughts?
I like it when I wouldn't buy it over other options that we have.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a $60 one. At least this
Yeah.
one. But it's a single barrel. Maybe there'll be better ones.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's no thrill essentially. But what do you think, Sebastian?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I agreed with what someone said earlier with it being kind of an all-around crowd pleaser, something everyone could have and be like, this is all right.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Not too much of a kick in the palate.
right. All right, next one.
All right. While Dylan's pouring us a water, Carter, can you toss me or pouring us
Wow.
whiskey? Can you toss me a water? I'm so dehydrated. I'm just thinking about water. It's like when SpongeBob goes to the Sandy's dome for the first time.
It.
Cork pop.
Oh, so this is a Belmead Reserve cask strength. It is 113 proof. Personally, I'm a little biased towards it because this is
Because you bought it.
my bottle, and it's
good.
It's pretty good.
That's fine.
Very fruity. A nice fruit notes to it.
I remember
Sweet.
when you first gave me some, I don't remember loving it. I thought it was good, but
I think it's opened up a lot more.
yeah, I would agree with that too. Because the more I had it, the more I liked it.
So this is batch number 4. I noticed off the box or the bottle. So if anyone's interested, this is a so the company's established in Kentucky, but it is sourced from MGP, Midwest grain producer. It's one of the largest mass-produced companies that produce whiskey. And you can actually go there and purchase whiskey from them, and it'll source it, and then you can sell it and bottle it under your own label.
I didn't know that Belmead was an MGP product.
It's an MGP product.
It's pretty freaking good for an MGP product.
They will be producing their own product, if not already started, but this one's almost 100% a sourced. So
it also has got a really nice bottle.
It's the Johnny Walker of bourbon.
What does that mean?
Off the nose? Anyone get anything?
Oh, it's sweet.
I guess I get salty. This tastes kind of smells kind of briny, salty to me right now.
Briny, salty. Interesting.
Tastes a little briny.
I get lots of salt.
I should be looking at pricing, I suppose.
Sure.
This was $70.
You spent $70. All right, $70. Carter says he bought it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, palate.
This is only a little bit more ABV than the Russells, but
yeah,
it's way more strong, I guess is the word. And not just because it's spicy or hot, you know, like you can just feel it.
It's a little bit more spicy. There's a different sort of sweetness, whereas like the other one was just kind of like a sugar or molasses sweetness. There's like a not like a honey, but like a different form of sweet.
Gives you more of that Kentucky hug than normal.
Yeah. This is a Kentucky constriction.
Kentucky hug.
This doesn't hug me in the throat or in the lungs. This constricts me in the throat. I'm like, oh.
I want to die.
Yep. This is that old big grandma hug, you know, that she grabs you by the back of your head and like your side, like come here, sweetie, and then it's like, oh, grandma, I'm dying, grandma.
So this was
oh, it's good.
That's a good one. Yeah,
That is very good.
It's good.
but I'm going to say the same thing with the Russells. The Russells is good. I don't know if I'd spend $63 on it. Same thing with this.
I think the Russells was $63.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And this is 70.
I think the Russells is more approachable.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, even when we did say that it's a little bit expensive, but comparing to this, I think.
I think I'd rather have the Russells over the Belmead.
I don't know. It's only $10 difference.
I'm saying more if you're like someone just starting.
right. But when we didn't,
yeah.
But when we didn't want to like even, we were thinking like $63 or $64 is a little high for the Russells. Would you spend the extra $10
to get
the Belmead?
Yeah, no.
So, but it's it's one of those where you got to know.
It is $10 better, but they're both $30.
It's $10 plus better than the Russell.
Yeah,
And I mean, I found this at
MGM.
one bottle at MGM, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good.
Yeah,
grabbed it.
I have seen what was it? You and I were looking at the cask strength. It was a finished one though. It was like $90.
Oh yeah, it was the cast strength Belmead. I thought.
You just said you spent $70.
Yeah.
No, the finished cast strength.
Yes, but
Belmead.
what finish was it?
I don't.
Was it cognac or was it? There was like there's like 4 of them.
I don't think it was cognac. It might
Wasn't
have been
Madeira.
Yeah, I think it was probably Madeira.
Might have been Madeira. Yeah. There's. Well, then they got the honey, right, Zach?
Oh yeah. Well, we'll never ever find the honey ever.
There's one they finish in
honey casks.
Honey casks.
Yeah,
literally.
They put honey in barrels and coat it, and then
it's amazing.
They put bourbon in it.
But people are secondary selling it for
thousands.
Yeah,
depending on the time of day. It's like day trading.
Yeah.
Also, the only way you can get it at a normal price is
going to the distillery in Kentucky, and if they have it on the shelf.
And if they have it, great. If not, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've had 5 now, Sebastian. Of these 5, list the top 3. No particular order.
Well, let's see. I would say of the 5 we had, I really enjoyed the first one that we had.
The Eagle Rare.
The Eagle Rare.
Single barrel.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would follow that one by probably the Russells.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I really liked how it wasn't wasn't a total kick to the palate, but it was just a really nice overall flavor. But then probably followed by the Belle Meade for the number 3rd.
All right.
Yeah.
Good top 3. So
It's a good one.
for someone who is kind of a novice of the higher proof whiskeys, if you're listening, that's probably the 3 maybe you should jump into, I guess. If you don't,
so far, I mean, we
well,
still have a long...
I just mean if you don't want to go from like, oh, I usually drink Scotch, and then I'm gonna have this 132 proof.
So are we trying to find one that would compare to a Scotch drinker? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just mean if I was saying Scotch because it's traditionally low proof. If you're a low proof whiskey drinker, but you don't want to go high proof, but you want to start going, those are the 3 you should start with.
I don't know. We have some other ones up front that might be.
Yes, well, because that Belle Meade is 112, 113 proof, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we're excluding the Bottled and Bond E.H. Taylor.
Yeah.
I personally think, considering that 50% higher proof in relation to a Scotch or Canadian whiskey, that I think that's a fantastic starting point.
Yeah.
For somebody to get adapted to that higher proof, because it is so sweet and so open that I think it is a good starting point. But yeah, no, I can agree. I think the Belle Meade is a good friendly when in the aspect of cask strength. So,
all right, next one.
I got pee.
Okay.
That's fine. Just go. Where's your glass? It's over there. We're gonna get the flushing on recording.
Yep.
You're gonna like it too.
That's gonna be a part of the intro.
I'm going in here.
All right, anyone got?
Yeah, we got some full glasses.
Didn't your mom tell you to finish your?
Yeah. Now, dear, you better finish that whiskey.
You can't leave that table until you finish all of that whiskey. Mom.
Do we have to?
Mom. What would your father say about not finishing your whiskey? Wait till he gets here.
Yeah, and you're like in your room and you hear your dad come home from work and you hear a bunch of whispering.
Honey, I'm home.
Yep.
Baby.
You
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Timmy! Get out of here now! You're going to finish that while I stand here.
Oh, and drink one with you. Because
Dad.
Saturdays are for the boys!
No buts.
No buts about it.
I don't like cask strength. It burns. Now, son, the podcast said the Belle Meade was very friendly. And I believe them.
At least we won't have to worry about Carter's draft being interrupted while he's in the bathroom. You know?
See, we're just going to hear screaming.
Yep. Dang it!
Fell in.
I really hope you can hear that slam on the recording.
I can feel it. I hope you can hear it.
Yeah. So next, we can probably just start describing it.
All right.
So
the next one is we haven't opened it. We haven't poured it yet. Is the Four Roses single barrel. The 3 of us have had the single barrel. I don't know if you are familiar with Four Roses, Sebastian.
I'm not. No.
Have you? So you haven't had any of the Four Roses?
I have not had
any
of the Four Roses.
This one is
guns ablaze.
Whenever I read on Reddit on the bourbon and whiskey subreddits, most people recommend this.
The cask strength or the single barrel?
The single barrel.
Yes.
As like the go-to, because it's something you can find at most liquor
it's
stores.
like $37 to $40 depending on where you are, and it's 50% alcohol.
That's really good.
It's really good. It's single barrel. So Four Roses has 10 mash bills. They have 2 mash bills and then 5 different yeast strains, if I'm correct.
I don't remember. You described it to me once when we were talking. Because what happened is I bought the small batch, not the select, just 4 rows of small batch, and that I liked it. It was just very plain. Didn't have a whole lot of complexity to it. It was kind of in the same sense of the Russells.
Right.
It was worse than the Russells, but I just mean in the same sense that it was so simple. Single barrel, more complex, more full bodied, and this single barrel.
Yep. So the single barrels don't actually have the recipe number on it, but this does, being the cask strength. So this is 56.7% alcohol, warehouse KE, barrel number 44.1 and maybe an A. I don't know. It could be U. It's a scribble. But this is the OESF recipe, aged 10 years and 3 months. So the OESF is saying minty, fruity, full body. So we're going to get a cork pop on this.
Oh, yeah. I like full bodies. I want to get a glass that's like a potion bottle or something. Just because I feel like that would be really good at scents, smelling for smells. And then when you drink it, it's like, oh, I'm drinking an elixir or something.
You look way cooler.
Yeah. I was watching the How To Drinks podcast, or not podcast, YouTube video again about, he's got Legend of Zelda cocktail potions, he's got the Witcher potions, and he's got Harry Potter potions, and all this stuff. It's basically just ingredients that only he could get his hands on to make colorful cocktails, And then he has this on his bar. He's got a little LED.
I love that bar.
Illuminate thing, yeah. And he just puts the glass in front of it. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing he's done is he made from the Zelda video, Blue Potion or Second Potion, which is a potion that it starts as water in the game, and then you bring it to like a witch pretty much, and then she makes it into Second Potion, which heals health and magic. But anyway, it turns from blue to more blue, basically, to purple. And
what's bluer than blue?
Yep. Purple. In the video, I mean. And so what he does, he takes, I forgot, it was, the blueness comes from this flower. I forgot what it's called. It's usually used in like teas, but it's aged, dried flowers. You put it in, he uses like a blue kind of rum tasting thing, and then just seltzer and a couple other flavored liqueurs, and that makes it blue. And then you pour in lime juice,
right?
Turns purple because of the properties of lime. Or I think he said it could work with lemon juice too, just because of the similar acidic properties. Right. Yeah, but lime, it gets that nice flavor. I've always wanted to try that, and then put it in a potion bottle like he does, and then put a light underneath it, because it glows. Yeah. It's fun. Anyway, 4 Roses. Sorry.
Did you guys get anything up the nose?
Ooh, this is.
I'm not getting much off my Norland.
It smells. This is a bad word.
Does it smell minty?
It does smell minty.
I'm trying to figure out if that's supposed to be referencing the palate.
I was gonna say, it kind of smells like toothpaste, but it smells sweaty.
Sweaty. Now break that down. Explain the
sweat. Like salty, sweaty, like dried salt. I guess, I don't know, like a powdered salt. Is what I get.
Huh.
The
finish is minty.
Yeah,
it is full. It is full body.
Yeah, it is so spicy without being hot. I love that.
Yeah,
when it's like tangy almost. It tingles your tongue, but you don't. You're not like.
You're not gasping. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a price on this. I bought this. I think it was $70. So.
It's good. It's really good. I would buy
this. This was the only one. This was like, I think the only one I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'd buy this over the Belmead and the Russells so far.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Because this actually is almost worth $70.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the other thing is there's 9 other varieties of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's 10 mash bills.
You done good, 4 Roses.
So there's 9 other flavor profiles, essentially. That's what the small batch is. So there's a small batch, 4 Roses, and that is the blend of all of them essentially to make a coherent flavor profile. The small batch select, which we actually had on a recent episode, you haven't tried that yet.
No, I haven't had the small batch select.
Okay. So the small batch select that Carter and I tried is a recipe of 6 of the 10. That's pretty good. We thought it was pretty good. I don't know if it's $60. I forget what we said in that episode, but
Swallowed wrong.
Yep.
Wrong tube.
Anyways,
We'll throw in the technical difficulties sound. Exactly.
this is really good. It's caramely vanilla oak. It's 10 years old too, which I don't know if any of the other ones except for the Eagle Rare we know for sure is 10 years old. Mm-hmm. So, because the Eagle Rare and this are the only ones that have age statements on it. Oh yeah, it's so sweet on the aftertaste. Oh man,
this is a winner right here. I like this.
This is a good one.
A winner.
This is a good one. This is.
And also, it's a really cool bottle too.
Disqualifying the E.H. Taylor and the Eagle Rare because they are not in the category that we are pertaining to.
Right.
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a winner. And then the barrel strength and the single barrel regular label are so similar. I've probably come across them before and just been like, why is the single barrel $70 when I know I can get it for $40 somewhere else?
It is the same, right? They just throw that.
It's the same.
They throw the tassel on there.
No. The label is different.
There's a second label though.
No. The main label is different.
Oh, it is.
It's glossy finished, whereas the other ones are matte finished.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's like.
Sure, they just didn't clean their print head.
I swear. I swear.
Clean.
Yep.
All right.
Next one. I tried convincing my parents to get a laser printer, because
they don't want it.
They don't. Yeah, they didn't. He's like, well, he liked the idea because of not paying for ink. I'm like, here's the deal. So the toner cartridge is super expensive, but it lasts forever, like really long time. And then he's like, yeah, okay. And then he goes to the store and he's like, oh yeah, it is. It costs less per page. But then he goes to Micro Center. Of course, the salesman there talks him into an inkjet.
Of course.
Because it's Micro Center. No, actually, I love Micro Center. They're the best. But stop talking to my tech illiterate dad and trying to sell him things he doesn't need.
They are good at that.
They are good at that.
We were very good at that.
Cork pop. Ooh, that was bright. That was okay.
Look at the size on that cork.
It's a thick cork. That's probably an inch and a quarter, or an inch and a half in diameter.
Somehow Dylan still hasn't gotten too heavy-handed yet.
Sure, that's good.
Shake it.
It's enough to sniff and enough for one full, tongue-filling drink.
It's time to get goofy, boys.
We are.
What's the proof on this thing?
114.
Oh, it's duh.
It literally says 114 on the bottom.
Yeah.
114.
So you will remember in the last episode and episodes previous, we've had the Old Granddad bottled in bond, and also the Basil Hayden. Old Granddad, his real name is Basil Hayden.
What?
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for your meddling kids. But so yeah. So this is Old Granddad 114. Mm-hmm. So it's Jim Beam product. Jim Beam also makes Knob Creek, Basil Hayden, Booker's, Baker's. I think there's one other one I'm forgetting, but anyways.
Oh, that sounds like licorice.
This will have a classic Jim Beam nuttiness to it. I can smell it on the nose.
Nut.
Definitely sensing some nuttiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nut.
Isn't that amazing how different the smell is from the other ones we've smelled?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, it's very.
The taste is just peanuts.
Yeah, I'm getting another grassy note on the scent, but.
Oh my lord! Oh Granddad, you are delicious.
Oh Granddad, you nutty.
Mm-hmm. Yep, peanuts.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yup, it's there.
Oh shoot! I gotta get pricing on this one.
Definitely tasting old granddad's
Zach, can you
nuts.
be in charge of pricing?
Sure.
Thank you.
Total Wine app. Keep
Total
it open.
Wine app. That I have that on my phone now, just so when I don't go to Total Wine, I know what I can get at Total Wine for the pricing.
Mm.
And if I see it and it's not on Total Wine, I just buy it and ask questions later.
Buy first, ask questions later.
See, that's what would have happened if I just bought that Angel's Envy cast strength the first time and not questioned the price tag on it.
True. How much was the price tag? Like $100, $99?
It's like $240.
Oh.
The Angel's Envy cast strength is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably like.
But it comes in a box.
Super freaking good.
All right. Old Granddad 114.
$20.
$24.
20?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, no, it's
Really?
dirt cheap.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go find me some of this.
It's a winner.
Yeah, you don't gotta find it.
All right.
It's everywhere.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. It's not
Oh.
rare. I mean, it's not that rare.
No, it's not. Well, on the old Granddad too, it was like what, $18, but it was a liter.
Just the normal old granddad?
Well, the bottled and bond.
Which,
We have not had the regular one. There is a regular one. Yeah, the old
the
Granddad.
regular Old Granddad, not bottled and bond, 1.75 liters, $28, and then the bottled and bond is $25. It's actually more than this.
The 1 liter?
No, the 750. Or wait.
Wait, what?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, sorry, 1 liter.
It's 25?
Is $25.
I thought it was 18. What am I thinking of? Anyways, the old Granddad does make a really good old fashioned.
Oh, that would be so good.
Well, not the 114, the bottle and bond. I have not tried the 114.
This would be really good, I think, in an old fashioned, just because it's got that extra, not the extra proofing, but the extra sweetness that comes with it.
That's what I like about the Evan Williams. It's got the nuttiness to it, and I really like the nuttiness when it comes through on a cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's not like even this is like there's more prevalent flavors than just the alcohol going through. You know, like the nuttiness or the sweetness really comes through first over the alcohol burn. And even the alcohol burn is not like, to me, it's a little bit better than maybe the Russells or the 101. You know?
So tasting notes on this is tobacco, rye.
Yep, it's a high rye. It is a high rye. I know that.
And then and then they're not patented. It just says, and a spicy sweet taste. And it is spicy and it is sweet.
It's good though.
This is the best price performance.
This is the
out
best
of
bang
any
for
of
your
them.
buck out of Not much else to say, frankly.
It's good. It's
go
good.
buy yourself one of these. And
go buy one.
Keep it on your shelf.
If you're a fan of high proof, you like nuttiness, it should be in your house.
This is definitely going in my cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to know. Good to know. Glad we can help.
Yep.
Let's
This
see
is
if
from
we
a
can
guy
help
that
more.
drinks sake. No, I love sake.
Okay. Yeah, the sake that Sebastian has is very strange. I was not expecting that. It is not what I thought it was going to be. It caught me very off guard.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
It's a very refined taste.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't...
Gotta
So,
get
like,
used to
I
it.
understand that sake is a very interesting flavor profile because it's rice wine, and it's, like, not necessarily, like, a normal thing.
Should we have an episode about sake?
Yes.
That'd be kind of fun.
We could have an episode of sake, and there is a whiskey that has rice as a grain.
Okay.
I think that we could do a very interesting sake episode.
Yeah. Well, did you notice, though, you tried his. Remember earlier that day, you and I, well, you specifically drank like 4 other
I had
sakes.
4 sakes that day.
Yeah. And then you had that one. So, what did you think of that one after the rest
I mean, I just thought it was an extremely strange flavor
of
profile.
Japanese whiskey?
Well, it was just like the only way I can describe it is it tastes like nail polish remover and grapes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
That's-
actually pretty close.
That is the only way I can describe it is nail polish remover and grapes. So basically just acetone and grapes. And I think that maybe if I had it again, like not with that large of a pour, it might be interesting. I think it was.
Or you could have tried it hot.
Could have tried it hot.
Yep.
That is true.
That probably would have tasted better hot.
Hot sake is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
This is really good. I like this one.
probably my second favorite whiskey. First being the Woodford Reserve.
The Wild Turkey 101.
The Woodford Reserve Double Oak. But
Is it really your favorite? Just in general?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorites.
It is really oaky and really good. Sorry. Continue.
So this is the Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. 57.5% alcohol. This is supposed to be essentially modeled after what they think the cask strength of whiskey would have been during the 1920s at Old Forester Distillery. Guess we'll begin with a cork pop.
Oh, baby.
Now I want sake. I'm going to be honest. Sake sounds really good right now. I mean, that's what they, the original...
Holy balls, dude.
Did I give you that?
He did.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just pour it. Okay. That's what we have an infinity glass for.
Yeah, but I feel like
Sure.
whenever I pour a drink, I have to finish it.
No. That's a bad philosophy.
I'm trying to take advantage of Carter,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, can we do it in the future? Like, oh, hey, Carter. Oh, you like spill a bunch into his
Oh
glass.
no, I'm sorry. I poured you like a full 16-ounce glass of whiskey. You gotta drink all of it.
Oh my god.
Have fun.
Yep. At that point, it's not even used as whiskey. A barber would take it and use it to sanitize their combs.
Who's
and
gonna
scissors.
take you home?
Literally. Yikes.
What was that? Was it Undercover Brother where he drank the
Barbasol.
The Barbasol.
Barbasol?
Yeah, the Barbicide.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Love that.
I was gonna say something.
It's like blue Gatorade. Because I've always wanted to drink it too. Like I always see, I'm like, that looks so good. It looks like blue Kool-Aid or blue Gatorade or something like. Yeah.
Looks like cancer.
Not really.
Huh. So I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
finished this bottle if it hadn't been I knew that this episode was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because this is just my favorite and it's like my staple.
This just smells so a gentle oak. Like it's like an old oak. Like if you walk into like a shed for the first time, like 10 years, like it's been closed off. You just that air, that smell, that.
There's just an oaky
Boom.
sweetness, caramel to it.
Like the Sully meme all over again. Just
So there's a reason why this is my second favorite compared to the Woodford Reserve Double Oak is because this is the same company that owns the two. Oh my god.
It's just another.
That's that nice oaky afterbirth.
Yeah.
It's okay. Brown Foreman that owns Woodford Reserve, Old Forester.
Is that Red Foreman's cousin?
yeah.
That 70s show?
I don't know. But they also own Jack Daniels. The head distiller from Woodford Reserve is also the head distiller of Old Forester. So you'll find a lot of companies like Jim Beam is actually owned by which company?
Suntory.
Suntory.
So what's now they have the parent conglomeration of Suntory Beam.
Yep. So Jim Beam is actually owned by the Japanese.
Yeah.
Really?
And Jim Beam, I think, produces like something like 40% of all bourbon, essentially. And bourbon can only be made in America. Same thing as Scotch. So if you want to get into bourbon, you have to buy a company or you make your own, essentially. So, but yeah. So Woodford Reserve, Old Forester, Jack Daniels, owned by Brown Foreman. So it's kind of why they have some similarities to this, to one another. I mean, but off the taste. Oh my god! This is so good. I like this a lot.
I gotta write this down.
Yeah. Take a note.
Write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down.
This is I'm losing my mind with flavor profiles now. But like,
Please don't.
what's something that tastes smoky?
Ooh, it's a little spicy.
Like a burnt. It's like a
Like
Brisket.
a burger?
Brisket?
No, I'm thinking like a burnt bread.
Burnt
Like
bread.
a toasted. It's
Like a
toasty,
toast.
but not a. It tastes burnt,
Like overdone toast?
like overdone toast. This is burnt.
But where
to
you'd
me.
still eat it, or
Yeah, you'd
it's
still eat it.
beyond?
so like
yeah,
burnt to the
okay.
point where it's like gross, or like burnt to the point where
It's like the middle's toasted, but the crust is really burnt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's a reason why this is my second favorite. It's got the
great
oakiness, the caramel,
smoky.
the sweetness, a little bit of like brisket smoke. It's just so good. The combinations are amazing.
It is.
The 57% alcohol, where it definitely makes it spicy and it lingers, but it's not aggressive enough where it's something that like it grabs your attention completely and like you can't do anything else. You know,
we're also getting into the proof where it's the whiskey is
it's
more
letting you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes. The mouthfeel is more viscous. I like whiskeys that are viscous.
It's getting oily.
Yeah, oily.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
This is we have now reached the point where you can like slosh it around your mouth and it's like feels like it's like sticky and slow or something. You know,
It's so good. It's like a mapley almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
Not quite, but yeah. No, I get it.
What do you think, Sebastian?
This is very good. It does have has a very full flavor to it.
Do you have pricing on this one?
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I was instructed to do so, and I already forgot.
55.
It's going to be around there. Yes. So this is part of the Old Forester their series they have. So they have Old Forester like 1870.
Dead on.
55. Nice one. So I think they have 1870, which is supposed to be the original batch. The Old Forester 1897, which, if you remember, year of the bottle and bond, so it's a bottle and bond product. The 1920, and then the 1910. The 1910 is essentially Old Forester product that's finished in a toasted barrel. So remember that Brown-Forman owns both Old Forester and Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve has a double oaked product of their line. So the speculation is, or at least the thought is, the 1910 and the Old Forester or the Woodford Reserve double oak may be the same product. Some people don't think that. I tend to agree with them that now that I've had the 1910 and the double oak, it's different enough where I don't think it's the same. But it is interesting that it's the same head distiller, the same parent company. And it's the same.
Is the 1910 the Statesman, or is that different?
No, the Statesman's its own.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say the Statesman. Actually, I disliked that one. I didn't like that one.
I can see where
I'm like 1910 and Woodford double reserve, double oaked were like similar enough to be the same. Like, no way. Anyway.
Yeah. So when you're looking out, Sebastian, if you want to pick this up, there are 3 other ones that look similar, but the age or the date on it is how you tell. So like the 1920 is this one, 1910, and etc. So.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you.
This took the number 1 slot for me pretty easily.
Yeah.
So
I actually like the Four Roses more than this one. Personally,
that's my number 2. I can. It's easily understandable.
They're good. They're really good.
What do you think, Carter? We haven't heard from you for a little bit.
I'm trying to use my brain.
For 2 things.
Yeah, real hard right now.
Yeah, he's already handicapped as it is.
I'm like counting and drinking and
count and drinking. You should not count cards or gamble.
He's gonna get his picks, and then he'll be like, "How do I have Brett Favre on here and Randy Moss? How did I get picks from 2009?"
When I was, my brother's huge into fantasy drafts. He's in like 4, at least for football. He does football fantasy drafts all the time, and like he's in he's in one right now. It's almost like professional fantasy. It's called a guillotine league, and it's run by officiates. No, like other people sponsored, with real sponsors by the NFL. Like they're like, oh yeah, this is legit. Anyway, he's in that one. When I was like 12 or 13, they needed like one more guy for their draft, and they just could not find someone, and they asked me. And I am not really into sports. I don't watch them.
I like playing fantasy, but I'm not like...
Yeah.
I like watching football, too.
I don't even like watching football.
Really?
It's too long, honestly. And nothing happens. Like, there's no, like... I guess right now there's... I guess maybe I don't follow it enough to be
I mean, what if you watch someone drop dead on the field from COVID-19? Does that happen?
Yeah. It
might happen.
Yeah. I don't...
Anything's possible.
I don't watch TV a lot these days in general. But sports are like the thing I'm not gonna go like turn to, you know. But I like playing sports. I don't think they're dumb. I'm not one of those guys. Oh, sport ball or whatever. I hate people that say sport ball as like I hate that. I hate those people.
Let's go play some
sport ball. But anyway, he wanted me to be in his fantasy draft. I'm like, sure, I guess I'll try it out. And so my first round pick, Randy Moss, he had retired 3 years before.
What?
Yep.
How did you do that?
I didn't know.
I didn't even know how is
How
that
is that
possible?
possible?
He's still on the list.
But he should be off the list.
He wasn't.
You got wrecked,
Yeah.
buddy.
Well, actually, I got wrecked because I just didn't play. Like, I wouldn't, like, it would be like Saturday.
So it's like a bye week if somebody got you.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I'd play like Saturday night, you know, and then, or it'd be Sunday morning, but I forget to put my new lineup Saturday night.
Yeah.
So it would just be the players I had from like the very first week. So then eventually, like, Lane, my brother, started just doing it for me, you know.
Oh no.
So he's running 2 teams.
Well, I had the crappy team, right? Because I always got. I chose my
last.
team. I chose
Oh.
crappy picks because I didn't
Yeah.
know. I went solely by stats. Solely. I don't know what they meant. I'm just like, oh, it was like I was playing Madden or something.
Yeah, it's
Like, oh, this guy's got 90 offense and 80 defense. I'm gonna pick him.
And then it's like you.
This guy, if I hold the turbo right trigger, I can hold it for longer as this guy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, shorts. I'll never do fantasy again just because.
Just to add to the sport conversation is the only time I did actively watch football was when there was the huge fight between the Packers and the Vikings
Oh, so great.
when Brett Favre came out because it was
Yeah.
amazing to watch.
Brett Favre was the greatest.
He was really good, and I feel really bad that
He got beat up.
Well, that was a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
year because we had AP in his prime, and then
Yeah.
Brett Favre was as a quarterback, and then
Brett
we went.
Favre was like almost in his prime too. Like he was still.
No,
Yes, he
he
was.
came
dude.
out of retirement to play for us.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
He came out. Did he come out of retirement?
yeah he had been a free agent technically for like a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah.
Before
Brett Favre
playing for the
still
Vikings.
almost took us to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, he still had a good arm. He
that's
just
why
wasn't-
everyone's mad at the
Saints.
The Saints because they suck.
No,
No, they
we've all-
cheated.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. They suck because
Yeah.
they cheated.
But not just against us, you know.
They
It's,
cheated
They
against
cheat
everybody.
that
Saint-
whole year.
yeah,
That whole season.
yeah,
they
Saint
cheated.
Gate. You know, like we probably could have won honestly if Saint Gate didn't happen.
And then,
But you know, live and learn. Except you don't learn.
except
and
you know they
live
only got
'cause
they
you
only
give
got
up.
fined $100,000 and no one got penalized for anything.
All right.
And that's going to be a wrap for episode 3's Bourbon Trials by the Extraordinary Gentleman. We hope you enjoyed listening to part 3. Part 4 will come. Next episode will not be that, however. We are going to throw in a new episode in the middle of that, try to switch things up, give us a break for it. It's going to be a tea-related episode with another guest. She's going to walk us through, kind of show us the ropes on tea. So hopefully we can entertain you with that. And we thank you for listening and hope you have a good rest of your day.